And hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 30 of the CheckX series. We made it to 1 month, and if you're new here, as I say every single day, well, technically 1 month, depending on what you consider 30 a month, either 30 days or 31 days. But anyway, I'm gonna consider it as 1 month. Uh, you call it whatever you want. But anyway, um, if you're new here, the CheckX series is pretty much about me talking about everything that Elon's doing on X, what he's saying, and not missing out on any information. Uncut footage, just so I don't cut out anything and stuff like that, just for you guys. And I'm going to show you guys all this information here. And he posted about 62 times today, and over I think like 34 of those were we got a new topic, is the Minnesota fraud scandal and corruption scandal with the Somali communities and things like that, which is going to be a new topic pretty much here. Elon talked about it like 34 times heavily there, and it's technically in the politics section, but that's going to be simply because he talked about it so much. That's going to be an entire segment of this video. But and we're actually going to start off with that. But yeah, and he posted like not too much on the main companies and stuff like that. We're pretty much going to get straight into this, starting off with the alleged fraud and corruption in Minnesota, as I just said. Starting off, Elon focused heavily on an expose by Nick Shirley regarding $110 million in fraud at Somali-linked daycare and healthcare centers in Minnesota. And he posted a meme mocking the situation and commented on a misspelled sign reading that read Leering Center instead of Learning Center, which is just, that's, yeah. And Elon also called that the word of the year, and comparing it to Zoolander in real life. And also, in terms of political accountability, Elon characterized Tim Walz as a crook, which we also talked about last episode, a traitor and a criminal, asserting that the fraud could not have occurred without the willful blindness of Minnesota politicians. And moving on to media cover-up, Elon criticized mainstream media for failing to report, on the Minnesota fraud. Suggesting that they are protecting ideological allies and calling them the enemy of the people. And also, Elon expressed concern over Minnesota's voting system, specifically the ability of one registered voter to vouch for 8 others without ID, calling it made for fraud. And yeah, just that Minnesota scandal has been a crazy topic. I mean, there's just been crazy explanation. And again, as I talked about last episode, if you guys want to check out that guy Nick Shirley, this isn't a shout out, but he's a journalist. He's a really cool guy. And it's very interesting to see how people react to him just reporting on stuff. I mean, honestly, he just very peaceful guy. Honestly, very humble guy. But I recommend you guys check him out. He's some of the clips I've seen are very entertaining of him. And I'm sure one of you maybe have seen him around somewhere, TikTok, YouTube, something like that, around before. But anyway, moving on to immigration and demographic shifts. Starting off, Elon posted about the declining percentage of white populations in Western countries, stating that the replacement by the third world is all by design. And also, he claimed the great replacement has already happened in Brussels. And also, in terms of immigration as a political tool, Elon argued, that Democrats use fraudulent government programs and lack of voter ID to attract and retain illegal immigrants to turn America deep socialist blue, and create a single-party state. And also, Elon reposted reports of crimes committed by immigrants, including a stabbing in Paris and data on grapes in Sweden. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say it in a different manner. So I don't have any problems with YouTube. But anyway, agreeing with the sentiment that mass migration from the third world is a pro-grape policy. And moving on to justice systems and civil rights, couple things to talk about here. Elon commented on the two-tier justice system in the UK, contrasting the release of a high-priority prisoner with the imprisonment of a man for making stickers. And again, that's not fully confirmed what stickers were made, but it's still kind of, the ratio is still obviously messed up. Anyway, in terms of white genocide, Elon stated that mass immigration of people who want to kill white people is white genocide, and also in terms of economic policy and wealth taxation, starting off, Elon reposted a lengthy critique of a proposed wealth tax in California and Washington, framing them as an organized government seizure and of private property and neo-socialism. By the way, Washington, not D.C., but the state, all the way up in the corner of the big 48, the 48 states, or the main 48, excuse me. And also, in terms of incentivizing success, Elon reposted content arguing that leftist policies drive wealthy residents away and that the government should focus on fixing mismanagement rather than cutting down success. And moving on to space and future technology. Elon talked about plans for a new gigabay, a massive structure designed a gigabyte, and if you guys don't know, that's already in Starbase, the rocket building area in Texas, I think Boca Chica, Texas. And a massive and that gigabay is designed to be a massive structure designed to produce 1,000 starships per year in Texas and Florida. And as you know, the new Starship launch pad building in Florida. I don't know what pad it is on, A or B. I don't fully remember, but it's there somewhere. Anyway, moving on. In terms of moon and Mars, Elon expressed excitement about building a moon base and establishing an enduring presence in space to fund future missions to Mars. And also in terms of XAI and Starlink, small little thing here, Elon highlighted that Grok took the #1 spot on the large language model leaderboards and noted the success of Starlink providing low latency internet for gaming on an airplane, or on airplanes in general, which is pretty cool. And a couple things here to talk about general philosophy and education on social ideology. A couple things here before we wrap up the episode. Elon reposted criticism of California schools for prioritizing gender-neutral restrooms over math and science proficiency, and also in terms of biological reproduction, Elon commented that leftist ideologies act as a mimetic parasite that inhibits biological reproduction, specifically targeting the youth. And also one thing here to list on general philosophy, Elon reposted a statement by Cristiano Ronaldo emphasizing that hard work is the way to success. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the episode. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. If you guys made it here, pretty short episode in terms of stuff because he only posted 62 times, but heavily on that Minnesota situation. And I'm really curious to see how this pans out. A little plug in here to talk about that Minnesota situation and all that scandal stuff. I mean, it's just insane. The amount of revealing going on there, it's very concerning. And I really want to see how that pans out, and I hopefully that it pans out in a good form. Obviously, that somehow gets resolved. I mean, we have honestly, I feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like Elon said that a little bit of episodes ago on one of my episodes, a couple episodes ago, that this is pretty much just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we're really just now starting to get under the skin of that Minnesota situation. I'm really curious to see what happens there. But anyway, this pretty much wraps up this episode number 30. I'll see you guys tomorrow on episode number 31, hopefully. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.